It has been a while.
2010, the last time George Wythe was shut out. So I think Chilhowie made a statement tonight against not a team. I think everybody still was picking Chilhowie to win, but they were picking a 2-score win for him.
Right, yeah, I thought George Wythe would keep it a little more competitive, but we'll get a good glimpse at the Warriors here coming up in 2 weeks from tomorrow night, 2 weeks plus, as we get a bye week plus a day due to the rescheduling of this game tonight.
So with that, we thank Travis for looking up the stats there. We're still getting a couple of our stats dialed up, but since you've had time really to process some of the takeaways from tonight's victory, Travis, where do you feel like this team is now, another 60 minutes into another game, the fourth game of the year?
I think they're right where they want to be. You still like to see them, fine-tune some things. We've seen several bad snaps again tonight in that center quarterback exchange when the Cats are on offense. Still some inopportune penalties. Not a whole lot of penalties in this game, but they come at the wrong times. So you just want to tidy some things up a little bit. Of course, the kickoff caught them a little bit off guard. Not what did you call it? A deep onside kick or
basically
onside
like
deep. So yeah, that caught them a little off guard. So those are some things though that they can look at on film and fix. Again, Jamie Lathrop on on this run pass option when he chooses to keep. I think he just needs to know let's hit that first hole instead of doing all the dancing around. He started the game hot, right, with 10 straight completions and 3 touchdowns. So he had an excellent night. I think you can only – well, I'm not going to say you can only say good things. We got those things to work on. But for the most part, good things through the first 4 ball games as we head into this bye week of 2018.
Yeah, I think there's way more positives than negatives to take out of this game. Maybe, you want to clean some things up at the tail end of the night's game, but I think a lot of that goes to coaching of Wise Central and what they were able to do. Is again, they'll play Graham next week. But the Bearcats offensively put up 41 points tonight, and that is the most on the year for Virginia Highs. Again, the most we had coming in was 37 in the opener. Something about Thursday night Cats. We have a lot more scoring when Thursday night comes around. And, of course, this will be the second of 3. That was the second of 3 Thursday night games. We'll have another one coming up in a couple of weeks as Graham will be on a Thursday night on October 11th. So it looks like Chilhowie, like you said, Chilhowie's going to be 4-0. Abington's going to be 3-1 after tonight. Lebanon now falls to 0-4 after the loss to John Battle, 28-0. I think was that the final in that score?
It was, yes, sir.
So John Battle with a win there. Again, our thoughts and prayers are going out to everybody on the East Coast, far East Coast, I should say, with Hurricane Florence. Expected to make landfall, about just a few hours from now. I saw already over 100,000 people without power already as the foremost bands have hit. It started about 3 o'clock today. The real wind was just now starting to get there, though, the real dangerous stuff. But it's just going to kind of sit over North Carolina and Virginia and South Carolina for a while. And I think
it's going to dump them a lot of rain. Still looking to forecast around maybe 20 inches of rain from the Wilmington, North Carolina area there at the mouth of the Cape Fear River all the way south to, Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand. A lot of people in this part of the world vacation in that neck of the woods. So, like you said, keep those people in our thoughts and prayers as they've got a tough weekend to deal with ahead.
It's going to kind of cut up, too, and drop some rain in Boone and in the Southwest Virginia for that matter. So interesting to see. I always, we meant to talk about this at halftime, but, the decisions by colleges where it's a big money games. It's a little different sometimes, though, whenever you have a hurricane. We had a lot of college games be affected this weekend, but some of them still going on. But you've got our stats now. Kevin Corbett's got those dialed up for us.
Yeah, he got them all figured out for us here. Virginia High offensively rushing the yards. They rushed 27 times for 175 yards. Of course, leading rushers, Stevie Thomas, 123 yards for the game. Aaron Rose was 60. Jamie Lathrop, 12 of 16 passing. For 151 yards, so 326 total offensive yards on the game. Wise Central rushed the ball 42 times for 116 yards, 14 of 33 passing, 145 yards, 261 total yards.
So quite some numbers there, especially with the freshman Stevie Thomas. Rose held to 60 yards, but he didn't have that many touches. So You got to take.
Yeah, I think his average is still going to be very good, and I don't think
10
he's
10 yards per carry.
Right.
Now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to complain very much of sharing some of the ball carrying duties there.
Especially the way the freshman played tonight, as he is our Eastman Credit Union Player of the Game. Again, we want to thank our sponsors one final time here from the Cisco Group Insurance post-game show from Gene Malcolm Stadium. Let's go up here. Tonight's coverage, again, was brought to you by Cisco Group Insurance. For your insurance needs, go with Cisco. State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. State Farm Insurance Agent Barbara Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. BSN Sports, the nation's largest sporting goods distributor. Drake's Come Play. And Moe's Southwest Grill. Again, the next game on the docket 2 weeks from now, the Cats will travel east to take on the Chilhowie Warriors, and what should be a good one between two orange and black clad teams. We're going to figure out what time that game is. I think earlier, preliminarily, it was 7 p.m. kick for that game. It'll be the 12th all-time meeting between the Bearcats and the Chilhowie Warriors. Again, tonight's game, a 41-27 victory for Virginia High. As we thank you for tuning in to tonight's coverage of Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio. Again, tune in Friday, September 28th as Virginia High heads over to Chilhowie to take on the Warriors. As that'll do it for tonight. From Travis DeBusk, our statistician Kevin Corbett, I'm Dylan Hutton saying enjoy the bye week and good night from Bristol.
You're listening to the best high school football in the Tri-Cities on the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.